Hello, hello, hello. Look, you've got me again today. My goodness. See, we're live in LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. How are you doing? So, how would you like to get rid of that money excuse forever? Hmm? Do you think you can? I know you can, because it is an excuse. Remember, this is what I say to people: write down all your wants here. Write them all down. Every single thing that you've ever wanted, write them all down. And then over here in the other column, it's called excuses. Write one of them, one thing, and you may put a big X through all your wants. Do you want to do that? I'm here to help you. I'm always asking myself, how can I say this better? I know what I want to do, but how do I explain it to you better? So I thought I would literally set aside something to talk about money and some of the experiences that I've had to go through to literally get going forward and what I've seen other people do and what it takes to do. You see, the thing is that to have success is uncommon. Yeah? I mean, you must know that, isn't it? You know, because there's 3% of the people who are making it successful. So if you're in network marketing and you're in the top 3%, you're the top 3%. So it actually seems to be unnatural to be successful. So, but you're looking for natural and pleasing ways to be successful. Let me explain that a little bit longer. So you've got a result over here that you want, okay? And you're looking for methods to get you there to that result. If you're looking for pleasing methods to get the result, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to do the illogical. You're absolutely going to have to do the illogical to get anywhere. Stop looking for logical reasons, because you're just going to stay stuck. And I've spoken to some people. Now, other people have just jumped in and they've got results in the last year, and other people haven't. What have you been doing? What's changed? I'm telling you, and everybody who listens to this program, everybody who listens to Thinking into Results wants it. Absolutely. All hands down, everybody wants this program because it is the answer to every single problem you have. And if you don't believe me, then you be on tonight in the group, The Key, The Secret, because you can't see it anywhere else. You be in that group at 7:00 tonight, because I'm going to show you how this Thinking into Results is the answer to everything. To everything. I'm not sure if you're ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let me read you something before I tell you my stories. So this is in this brilliant book, yes, Thinking into Results, the one that's falling apart, the one that I use as my Bible. Every problem I have, I go to this book. Every problem. The answer is in here. Let me read you something. I'll have to put on my little glasses so you can see it. There we go. To laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out for another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas, your dreams, before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To hope is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. And here's that thing about trying. If you say that you're trying, you are giving yourself an excuse for failing. When anybody says to me, Sheena, I'll try to come along, well, I just basically in my heart go, okay, bye-bye then, not going to see you again, because you're not going to make the effort. You basically told me you're not coming, but it sounded good to say that you'll try. Doesn't wash for me. This is a love punch. Yeah, everything that I'm going to say now is a love punch. If you want the rewards, you've got to take the risk. So the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing does nothing, thus has nothing. It begins with the pattern of playing it safe. Many of the greatest lessons you'll receive in life are going to come from falling, from your failures. You know, I realized one day I was thinking, my goodness, why do I keep setting myself up for failure? But the thing is, it wasn't about the getting, it was about the growing. I look back at my life and I went, oh my goodness, I have failed my way here. I failed my way here. I feel the fear and I do it anyway. My goodness, every time I used to do cross country with my horse, Maverick, oh, my beautiful Maverick, I would literally feel the fear and do it anyway. I used to be so scared going up to any jump, but I would still do it. And luckily Maverick came with me. Otherwise, sometimes he didn't actually. So, what are you playing it safe with? Do you know if you're going to save for a rainy day, guess what you get? A rainy day. Isn't that funny? My mum saved her money in case she needed a nursing home. And she got a nursing home. £4,000 a month. £4,000 a month. She saved all her money. And she was in that nursing home for 2 years. What are you saving for? Because you'll get it. What are you investing in? What are you investing your thoughts in? What are you so afraid of? When you look fear right in the eye, it disappears. It disappears. Decide this very moment there will be no more playing it safe, no more saving it for a rainy day type of thinking in your life. When people get caught up in the habit of saving for a rainy day, that is generally what they get. A rainy day. Taking risks is essential if you want to reach your goal. You must turn your back on safety and security. You're not feeling safe and secure anyway. Are you? Are you? I know there's peace there. This is why I'm going to keep love punching you. Some of you have already jumped in. This is fantastic. I can't wait to get you started next week. What are the rest of you waiting for? You've all said yes, but it's the money. And I know, because I used to be there too. So I know, but let me tell you what it takes. Turn your back on safety and security. To make it big, you must take big risks. You will very likely have to put yourself in a highly vulnerable position. It is also worth remembering you cannot almost take a risk. Wow. Eleanor Roosevelt said, you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. So you see, I know it's not the money. It's your fear of taking a risk that stops you from doing it. It's the fear of getting uncomfortable that stops you doing it, going, well, my goodness, but if I do this, then I'll have nothing left. Let me tell you what I did to get to work with Bob Proctor. I told you before that I had 70 grand in debt and minus 2 grand in my bank account, okay? Actually, it was minus 2.5 grand. I had been lent some money to look after for somebody. I didn't know it was there, but whenever I put the phone call down and I said to them, yes, I'm starting. Have you got the money? No, I haven't. Are you going to find the money? Yes, I am. Have you come up with a deposit? I will. I am. And I sat down and for 3 hours, I just focused on it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. This is happening. Show me. I just kept saying that to myself. I wouldn't let it go. I went, there is no other option. There is no other option. Enough is enough. This is it. This is it. I didn't look for the solution. I just constantly gave my subconscious instruction. This is it. This is happening. Make it happen. And while I was sitting watching television, decided just to let go of it all. And the idea just popped into my head. And it was sitting in the cupboard that was right in front of me. 2.5 grand. Okay, I needed 5 grand to put a deposit down to kickstart things. So there's 2.5 grand in there. And I thought, okay, I can reinvest that and I can pay that back. Okay, yes, I've got that in my mind. I'm doing it for a good reason. Then I thought about my bank account. My bank account was 2.5 grand in the red. I had a 5 grand overdraft. So I used the other 2.5 grand. Bear in mind, I completely wiped myself out. And I took the phone call. I made a phone call at 5 a.m. the next morning, and I paid the money. Wow. That was in the November. Christmas was coming. And I was just like, oh my God, like, what have I done? No, I'm making this right. I'm making this right. The time for worry was before the decision. Once the decision is made, I make it right. Do you hear what I just said then? The time for worry is before the decision. Once you make the decision, you make it right. I couldn't afford to think any other way. I couldn't afford, but here's what happened that Christmas as well, where magic happened. And so you're going to hear my true story on Sunday night. So, I mean, there's going to be Sheena like out there, raw, personal. So there's a lot more to this story that I'm telling you now, but I just want to have you key parts. So at Christmas, what I wanted, so my kids weren't with me and we weren't in a house that was suitable enough for Christmas. And so Wolfgang had already, his family was inviting us to Germany. And so we went to Germany and we were flying back on Christmas Day. I had no money to pay for Christmas. And I could see a barn. All I could see was a barn. I wanted to be in a barn and I wanted to be there with my children and I wanted to have a beautiful Christmas. But it was now coming up to 3 days before Christmas. I had no money. And what happened was that I decided just to go to North Wales and just thought, you know what, I give up. And Wolfgang's going to me, Sheena, it's 3 days to Christmas. I'm not trying to push you or anything, and I believe in you. But it's like, we've got 3 days. What's going to happen? And I just went, it's okay. It's okay. And I went along to a hotel just to work from there. I just thought, let me just work in this hotel. And I knew the hotel owners. And so while I was sitting there and I'd been phoning all these other different barn conversions, we managed to find some money, different barn conversions, but they were like £1,000. And I just went, I haven't got £1,000 for one day. Like, it's just not going to happen. And I went to this hotel and the owners were never there, but they were there this day. And I'd already asked them, I know you've got some barns, holiday barns. Can I use, no, they're all full. Okay. So when the owners passed, I said, listen, if anything should happen, somebody phones you anytime, it doesn't matter, even if it's Christmas morning, can you give me a call? And I will take the barn conversion. I don't care what price. I didn't have a clue where the money was coming. I was just like talking. And then he said, actually, Sheena, what's really funny is that, somebody's just actually left one of our long-term lets. Now we need to redecorate the place, but it's a 3-bedroom barn conversion. It's out there and it's just looking out on the fields. And I went, are you kidding me? Now, bear in mind, this is Christmas. Christmas. They're costing £1,000 to £1,500 for Christmas. He gave me that barn for £200 Christmas dinner all in. Wow. So when we landed on Christmas Day back from the Christmas in Germany, we went straight there. We had the food already in the back of the car for starter and a pudding, because that was just, we had different things that we wanted to have that would be okay in the boot of the car over Christmas. For just one day we went anyway. And when we came back, we literally drove straight there. We met my kids who came from the opposite direction and we all met there. And we had Christmas there. That was magic. Magic, magic, magic. And then what happened in January was I signed up my first client, my first £6,000 client. Yes, you know who you are. And I don't think she's ever going to leave my life. She is one of your success advisors. And she is incredible. And I think that she should be a PGI consultant myself. But there you go. She is amazing. So, are you prepared to do that? I risked everything. I just put it all in to my dream. I got seriously uncomfortable. The next journey was, let's say, this house. I mean, there's been more, but these are the biggies. I signed for this house 3 weeks before I knew that I had any money. Took 3 weeks to complete. That's it, 3 weeks. Even right up to the morning of moving, there was a problem. And I was just like, it's not happening, not happening. I did not know where the money was going to come from. But I got some ideas and I worked on those ideas and I pulled in the money from those ideas because it wasn't on my watch that it was going to happen. This was what I wanted. This was a chance that I was prepared to take. Then whenever I was in here, I was just like, right, okay, I need a marketing team. I've got to really up it here because I don't know how to afford to live here. And then the marketing team, I had no money to pay them. They just kept telling me, we do this and we do this and we do this. And I'm going, yes, 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 that's great, that's great, that's great. And I just kept saying along with it. Again, I found the ideas in which to bring the money in so I could pay them. Do you see what it takes? Bob said this to Sandy Gallagher as well. She had the house in her mind and he goes, well, sign for it. But I haven't got the money. Sign for it and then send out the invitation to your family to say, I'll see you at Christmas dinner in my house and give this as a new address. And she's just like, no. And he said to her, do you believe what we teach? Do you believe what we teach? So she did. And my goodness, if you haven't seen Sandy Gallagher's house, wow, 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 wow. Amazing stuff. So you see this program here, Thinking into Results. This isn't a 6-month program. This is a program for the rest of your freaking life. Sandy keeps doing this. Everybody in the Bob Proctor Gallagher Institute, I can nearly speak, does this over and over and over again. Because you just get better and better and better because you keep doing it. Now, when you're looking at cost of anything, you've got to look down. Like whenever Peggy McCall wanted her new house, she needed another $1 million and she didn't have it. And he said, make $1 million look small. Just make it look small. So she did. And you know what? She wrote a book about it and she made $1 million look small. And she brought in her money from the book, Make $1 Million Look Small. What ideas it's not the money you're looking for. You just tell your subconscious it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Now, I don't care whether it's for Thinking into Results or for anything else in your life. Stop holding yourself back. And just keep telling yourself it's happening, it's happening. Now, what I'm saying there is very key for something I'm going to tell you about, a very personal story on Sunday night. You want to be in there at 7 o'clock and listen to that. I'm not telling you these things because I want sympathy or you think anything about me. I want you to get the idea. If you want something to happen, you're going to have to let the universe know. You've got to get uncomfortable. You've got to get seriously uncomfortable. And you know the reason I know whenever I'm really uncomfortable is because I almost poop myself. When I make these decisions, absolutely 100%, I need to go to the toilet because my body's just like going, are you kidding me? Have you done this again, Sheena? I'm going, yes, it's growth. Come on. But I used to do that with show jumping and I used to do that with cross country. I literally used to go towards every horse fence and go, oh, holy hell, what am I doing this for? But then I would go into a process. My final 3 strides for jumping with Maverick taught Maverick that, oh, right, we're jumping. If I didn't do that process before, Maverick would get confused and he would refuse and I've hurt myself. If I got too smart and thought, I know it all, and I tried to do it on my own, forgetting that I'm at one with the horse and he needs to have the instructions, which is like your subconscious needs to have the instructions. You go into a process. I've got it. This is the process. I didn't have 12 steps. I had 3 strides that I went into process and I made it happen. Now I've got 12. If you're uncomfortable right now, I can't even see your name there. Do you see that? Look at this. It says Facebook user. I'm extremely uncomfortable right now. Go find the money. Tell yourself it's happening. Show me. It's happening. Show me. Then click on the link and join this program. Change your life. I promise this is for life. Catherine was talking about last night about the cost, like 6,000. How much do you spend on a Costa every day whenever we were all open and running around? What would you spend on rubbish? You know, it works out over 6 months, £33 a day. But never mind that. What about the rest of your life? You'd no problem taking a mortgage out. No problem whatsoever, and everybody's clapping you. Yay, yay for getting into debt. Yay, you've just taken out 100 grand and you've just got yourself into debt. Whippy-do. But my goodness, you go to spend 6 grand to get yourself out of debt for the rest of your life. It works out at pennies a day, 25 years, 6,000 over 25 years. Somebody tell me how much that is a day. You work it out. Pittance. Remember, I've told you a story before about when you give a man a fish to eat, then you just feed him for a day. When you give him the tools to how to fish and teach him how to fish, then he can eat for the rest of his life. That's what I'm giving you in this. That's what I'm giving you in this. You gotta be on it. I can't do any more. But what I will promise you is that every time I have an idea, I'm going to share it with you, because I want you to get out of your own way. Get uncomfortable. Jump right in. It will be worth it. But here's the thing. You make a decision and then you make it right. You do not worry after you make the decision. That is so key. You go forwards. And Sunday night will prove that to you as to what miracles can actually happen in that time. Listen, have an awesome, awesome day. And I'll see you later. Wolfgang's on at 3 o'clock. You're going to love Wolfgang's story. Everybody wants Wolfgang in their life. He's absolutely amazing. And you're going to want to hear his story. And so I will see you later. Bye-bye.